In today's video, I'm going to share with you how you can turn a new follower on Instagram into a paying online coaching client. This is by far one of the most underutilized ways to grow your coaching business because every new follower that you get, you can treat as a lead. And if you can ask them just a few simple questions, you can double, if not triple, the amount of sales calls that you're having on a consistent basis. So in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly from start to finish the 7-step process that I use every single time I get a new follower to see if they need help and invite them to a call. Before we dive in, go ahead and smash the subscribe button. I'll put the button right here. When you click this button, you will get notifications for all of the content that I create to help you grow and scale your online coaching business. All right, so I got my iPad up here and let's dive in. So the first thing you want to do when you get a new follower is you want to shoot them a message, okay? We're going to come back over here. We're going to start a conversation. Now, there's other ways you can start conversations on Instagram or Facebook. They don't have to be a new follower, right? They could engage in your posts. They could like a post. They could comment on a post. They could view a story. There's other ways, but we're going to treat this as they just followed you. All right, so to start a conversation, here's one of the openers that I'll often lead with. I'll say something like, "Hey, Andy, thanks for the follow. I just dropped you a follow back. I see you're also a coach. How long have you been coaching for?" So if we kind of break that down, I first say their name. "Hey, so-and-so, thank you for," insert the action they just did. We want to say, "Hey, thanks for the follow." And what I've been noticing is when I say, "Hey, I just followed you back," I'm getting a better response rate than if I didn't follow them back. So if they're an ideal client, I'll often follow them back and lead with that. "Just dropped you a follow back, excited to see your content." And then from there, I'm gonna try to connect with something I have in common with them. "Hey, I see you're also a coach. Hey, I see you're also in the weightlifting world." Something that I can see from their profile to give them that personalized response. Then I'll transition into the next section here, which is qualify. In my first question message, I'm gonna go ahead and start the qualification process. "Hey, how long have you been coaching for?" Right? For me, I work with online coaches who want to get clients. So I'm gonna lead with that. Now, if you're a nutrition coach and you work with CrossFitters, the first question could be, how long have you been doing CrossFit for? Because we think they do CrossFit, but we wanna know they've been doing CrossFit for a couple years, and that can help us go into the next section, okay? So I always try to lead with some sort of qualifying question right at the end there. Now, here's a bonus tip. One thing that I've been implementing and testing and exploring here recently is when I send that message, I'll often take a selfie. So I'll take a selfie and be like, "Hey, what's up? It's Dr. Matt. Thanks for the follow." And just trying to add a little bit more of a personal touch because a lot of people now have bots, they have technology, they have AI, they have ChatGPT, and anytime we can make that personal connection and say, "Hey, it's me, I'm here to support," you'll often see a higher response rate. So I'm gonna encourage you to test different openers, test sending this stuff, video, audio, photo, and have different questions. Before I move on to this, I wanna stress the importance of it, that you're gonna have to test a bunch of different openers and you're gonna have to keep testing them, right? Because you wanna find the opener that works best for you to help you get consistent answers so that you can keep moving people along this process. Because if you don't get a response to the first question and starting a conversation, you can't get to the goals. You can't get to inviting to a call. This is the starting of a conversation is by far the most important step to test, okay? All right, so moving on to the second section, like I said, the last part of my first message is often a question that leads to the first question of qualifying. Now, depending on what you do, you might have 3 to 4 qualifying questions, okay? So I'll go back into mine again. "Hey, how long have you been coaching for?" And from here, they're either gonna respond with, "I haven't started yet," or they'll respond with, "Oh, I've been doing it for a couple number of years." From there, we'll ask more questions around, well, what does your coaching look like? We help high-ticket coaching clients. We help coaches who sell their services above $1,000 in value. So if this person has a low ticket coaching service, I can't help them. So for us, that's really our 2 main qualifying questions. How long have you been coaching for? Great. And how is it structured? The less the better, honestly, for when you're getting started, because you want to invite more people to calls. And then as you start to grow, you might add more qualifying questions so that you can filter people out before hopping on calls. So For the qualifying section, if you're a fitness coach, right? Let's go back to the CrossFit example. Qualifying question number 1, how long have you been doing CrossFit for? Oh, I've been doing CrossFit for this long. Now that might be all you need as a coach. But if you specialize with CrossFitters who have gut issues, you might need to ask one more question to get clear, does that person have any issues with their gut before I can continue to learning more about their goals? But just know the less questions you have in the qualification section, the better when you're started, so you can have more calls in your calendar. And then as you grow more, you can add more, okay? So once I have started the conversation, I've qualified them with 1 or 2 questions, maybe 3, we'll move into the next section here is I need to find an objective goal. Okay, so I need to find what is something that they're working on right now that I can be objective and I can quantify. Okay, so if I'm doing business coaching, again, I'm gonna be looking for, how many clients do you wanna sign? How much money do you wanna generate in your business? If I'm a weight loss coach, great, how much weight are you trying to lose right now? If I'm doing some gut health or some life coaching, there may not be objective goals here, but what we can do is we can try to quantify from a time perspective on when they want things to be different, right? So it's like, nice, in an ideal world, like when do you want to get back to doing this thing, right? And that can help us create some objectivity there is using time. All right, so we're gonna qualify, we're gonna find the goal, what are they actively working towards? The next section here is we need to identify their current method of trying to achieve this goal, okay? Now, this is really important. You cannot skip to, hey, what's your goal? Oh, I'm trying to get clients. Hey, I can help. You can do that, but I will tell you that your response is going to be a lot less, and you're going to not be positioning yourself as the expert if you skip this step. So when we're identifying the method of achieving their goals, let's come back to the business coaching example. Nice. So you're trying to get 10 clients a month. Great. What are you doing right now to get new clients? And they could say, oh, I'm trying to post on Instagram every day. Oh, I'm doing a YouTube video once a week. Whatever their answer is, it doesn't necessarily matter. I'm just going to be, okay, nice, right? And then the next step to this is going to be identifying that the method is not working, okay? So here, there's really 2 things, and I've got them listed here, is they either need to tell us that they're not getting results, or they want more results, or they want it in a faster time period. Now, if they're doing everything and it's working, then it's gonna be really hard for me to position myself as the expert who can help them, right? Because they're good. They don't need a new solution, right? So if that's the case, if someone's crushing it, I'm like, man, congratulations, that's awesome. We'd love to connect more and hear how things are going in the future, right? I don't need to pitch myself because it's gonna be a lot harder to make that sale. Now let's make an example of these 2 things with the health coaching, right? So let's say someone's trying to lose weight. Okay, so that's gonna be in the identify current method of achieving goal. Yeah, I'm trying to lose weight right now. Awesome. Well, what are you currently trying, right? Oh, I'm trying keto. Got it. How's that working for you? Oh, it's not working. It's really hard. I'm finding myself having a really hard time sticking to it. I'm really questioning it. I'm just trying my best, okay? So for this section, all we're trying to see is, does this person need help, right? Is it working, is it not? If it's not, here's how we position ourselves as the subject matter expert, okay? So what we're gonna do here, instead of trying to sell ourselves on, hey, I can totally help you, this is who I've helped, blah, 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 blah. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna try to create curiosity inside of the conversation. Anytime we can create curiosity, it's going to drive people to want to know the answer or want to know the solution. And this is what we can do here. So instead of saying, hey, I can help you, we can say, let's use the keto example. Keto, interesting. I've seen some mixed results with keto, but I have found a really simple and effective process that's working with 90% of my clients right now. And then from here, and I love the opportunity to share that with you if you're open to it, okay? So we have positioned, and we haven't told them what it is, but we've positioned a new opportunity, a new solution to solving the problem that they want, which is to lose weight, without telling them exactly what it is. I'm not gonna say, oh, yep, you just track your macros and you go to the gym 3 times a week. You want help with that? That's boring, right? But if I can say, hey, I've got this new method or this different simple strategy that's working really well for people, I'd love to share it with you if you're open to it. And what that does, it opens a loop. And most people want to close that loop. So that strategy alone of just keeping it open, then pitching a call where you can then share with them your method can be a very simple way to transition into a sales call, okay? Now, let me zoom back out for a second. When I coach people on this method, this is what we do in the Coaches Growth Accelerator, is that people mess up in the identify current method of achieving goal and then identify that's not working, right? Now, the reason for this is they have to be in pain. They have to have tried something or are trying something and it's not working. If what they're doing is working, it's really hard for you to make a sale. If they're actively searching for something and they've been trying something so hard and every single time they try, they fail, they're gonna be much more likely to want support or be open to hearing a new solution because they're actively looking for it. So my encouragement when you're starting through this process of messaging people, trying to invite them to calls is ask good questions and have a framework just like this pulled up in front of you. So whenever I hire someone to help us with this, like I have messengers and I have appointment setters that use this framework for us as a business, they have that open on a browser while they're having conversations with people so that they don't skip steps. You want to go through each of those steps in order and make sure you get a clear answer before you move forward. If they haven't shared their goals, you can't ask them what they're currently trying to do to get there. If they're telling you, hey, this is what I'm trying, and you don't identify that it's not working, you can't get to the point where, hey, let's hop on a call, I can share a new method with you. If what they're doing is working, they're not gonna do that, okay? So that is the 7-step framework. Let me go over it one more time for you in detail. Step 1 is starting a conversation. Step 2 is qualifying the new follower. Step 3 is identifying the goals of that person. Step 4 is identifying what they're currently doing to get there. Step 5 is identifying that that is not working or it's not working at the speed or magnitude that they want. Step 6 is to create curiosity and tell them there's a different method that's getting your clients faster and more predictable or better results. And then step 7 is inviting them to a call to share that method. If you use that 7-step framework, I guarantee you will be able to book lots of calls every day, assuming that you're getting new followers. If you're not getting new followers, I'm going to link a video to the end of this video here that's going to be walking through the Instagram follower funnel that we use in our coaching business and for our clients to help them get new followers every single day for 50 cents to $1 a piece. That gives them, for 10, 20 bucks, 10 to 30 new followers every single day to use this strategy for. It's one of the fastest, most efficient ways to start running paid ads, to grow your personal brand and grow your business. So I'm gonna include this here, and if you guys are interested, watch that video and we'll see you soon.